Joining us now in Studio B is Nate Austin, our good friend on BYU Sports Nation. Nate, look, man, I thought it was going to happen last night. You had one job to get one foul, and it didn't happen.
I knew the whole reason of me being on Sports Nation today was because I was supposed to get the foul last night. But.
Are you aware of how much you ruined our producer Ben Bagley's plans for coming on the show by not getting that last night?
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to keep you guys on your toes a little bit. You know?
I love it, man. Secretly, I love it. I love that this has become a thing.
I actually tried. At the very end of the game, I was hedging a ball screen. I kind of threw my hip out. I thought for sure the ref would call it, but he actually didn't.
What's funny? I remember that exact play, and I'm like, I'm actually surprised they didn't call that.
Yeah, actually, I was talking to my roommates about it because most people by now have seen the on Twitter and whatnot, and they're like, make your last foul epic. Get a technical or get a flagrant foul. Do something that's like that people will are going to remember. But we're still playing the game.
It has to be organic, is what you're saying. It just has to come in the course of the game.
I'm not just going to foul just to foul, even though that's basically what I've done.
Just check into the game, right? Slap somebody's arm, call it good.
Yeah.
As part of tradition on this show, we need to remind the people where Nate Austin is in chasing down Russell Larson's all-time foul record. Roll it!
On his way to BYU basketball immortality, Nate Austin is chasing Russell Larson on BYU Sports Nation.
There we go. One foul away from passing Russell Larson. And Nate, I don't know if you are aware, but Russell was in studio a few weeks back.
Yeah, I saw the segment.
Oh, you saw the segment?
I did.
For those that haven't seen it, we have conveniently clipped off that wonderful message once again that Russell gave to you. And we would like to play that for all of BYU Sports Nation, if that's okay. And you again.
Let's do it.
Okay, Russell Larson.
Nate, you have worked hard. You've put yourself out there. This is the moment that you've dreamed about as a child. All those days in the gym, shooting free throws, your friends were shooting free throws. You weren't. You were on the sidelines, elbowing, pushing, tripping, hacking, hoping that somebody would notice. And this is your day. Today, the world recognizes all of that hard work as a youth have paid off. Congratulations.
Okay, Nate. After seeing it a second time, your reaction to that?
I think it was well thought out. Well done. Well done.
Oh man! Now we need to give you some credit. We had Dave Rosen here earlier this week, and he talked about you and joked about the foul record and whatnot. But what you bring to this team, the energy and the leadership and the relationships you have with the players and coaches, it's hard to sum all that up as you now approach your last home game. So what are your emotions like going into your last regular season home game at BYU?
For me, it's just kind of surreal. It seemed like like yesterday. I stepped foot on this campus as a freshman, and now 5 years later, to most BYU fans, it's 10 or 15 years later. But for me, it's 5 years later, and it's weird. I was thinking about it, actually last night, and for me, the Marriott Center has been home for me, and I've gone there basically every day for the past 5 years, and so it's gonna be weird to not to see 20,000 fans in the in all white screaming for us, and so it's gonna be weird, but I'm excited for one last game.
I'm assuming when you found out that you were going to be able to come back this year, you kind of had an idea of what you wanted this season to be like. How has this season lived up to what you had hoped it would be?
Yeah. To me, it's been pretty close. Obviously, I don't think any time a loss is involved in that, but basically, once the season was given back to me, I told Coach, I told Coach that he could use me in any capacity or in any way that he saw fit. So there's been, and this year's been I think a good story of that. There's been times where I didn't play much, and times where I started and played a lot. And so I told Coach, if I can be used on the floor, I can be used on the bench, I can be used just in practice. It doesn't matter. This year wasn't guaranteed, and so more than anything, I just want team success, and right now we're having that, and so that's good.
There are a lot of exciting plays that happen with this team, a really exciting brand of basketball, but you produced probably the most exciting highlight of the season with the block shot at Gonzaga. We haven't talked to you specifically about that whole sequence of events and what went down there, but what will you remember about that, and what do you remember from that moment of blocking Kyle Wilcher and beating Gonzaga again?
Yeah, actually, I mean, for me, like last year I wasn't in the, I didn't play up at Gonzaga. I was hurt. I was left back at home.
On a date.
On a date. But so for me, it was special just because I didn't experience that whole locker room, seeing. I didn't experience the whole just kind of uproar and the excitement there. So for me, it was special just to kind of be a part of that again, But for me, I'll always remember just making a play for my team. And I said it before that to me it wasn't some spectacular play. It was just a help side block that play like Corbin or Kyle Davis or Kyle Collinsworth would have made if they had been in that spot. Corbin probably could have made it a little easier. I don't think I've ever jumped higher in my life, and it really was only like a phone book or two, but no, it was a good moment. It was more than anything, it was just it was fun for us as a team to get a win in a place that's it's tough to get wins.
Well, and now it's 2 wins in a row there. You obviously have confidence. How much confidence do you guys feel having had that success heading into tomorrow's game?
Yeah, I think we're confident. I think more than anything, obviously our team respects Gonzaga. Great team. Really well coached. Guys play hard. Guys play well. All 5 positions. Can shoot the ball. Are skilled. And but I think for us, we know we have to play a good game. We can't just show up and expect to win. But I think more than anything, right now as a team, we're playing good basketball. We're scoring a lot. We're playing pretty good defensively. The second half against Portland, they kind of got turned on, but. I think more than anything, right now we're playing confident, and for us it's more about us, more than the team we're playing. And not saying that Gonzaga is not a good opponent, just that we're confident in our brand of basketball, and we're confident in our preparations that the coaches are putting us through, and and the things they're giving us to do.
For whatever reason, and there are varied, and probably all valid, BYU in the West Coast Conference underneath Dave Rose has really excelled in the month of February. Have had at least a streak of 8 wins in 9 games in each of the last 3 seasons. BYU's now won 5 straight and 8 of 9, hoping for 6 tomorrow in a row against Gonzaga. What is it about this team and Coach Rose and this staff that makes you so consistently good down the stretch in February?
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously through the course of the season, you have a lot of ups and downs. You have a lot of, like this year we had a lot of wins and losses, a lot of close losses. A couple losses, we're down big and we come back, and those type of losses, it's kind of it shows the kind of the character of the team, and how willing we are to battle and fight back. And so I think in February, we just kind of we learned from our mistakes. We also we learned from our triumphs, and we in February we just kind of put it all together. Also, I think a big thing is a lot of guys are seeing Dr. Craig Manning right now, the whole mind thing, and I think a lot of guys are approaching games perhaps just a little bit differently. And I think they're going into games both with teams with good records and bad records in our conference with the same mindset. I think that's been a big help as well.
Nate Austin with us in Studio B. Regular season finale, senior day tomorrow against Gonzaga. You can watch that game on ESPN2 starting at 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain Time. And then depending on what happens there, I'm gathering that if BYU is celebrating a win, you will be watching very closely what happens between San Francisco and St. Mary's.
Oh, definitely. Obviously, it's our job to take care of business first. But once we do, then, we'll be watching that game pretty close.
One of the greatest offensive rebounders in program history, and soon to be the foul holder, but nobody really cares about that, right, Nate?
That's all good.
Do we say that you'd be the foulest? Is that how we say that?
He'd be the flyest, man.
I don't think so.
It just doesn't come across right.
Okay, we'd also like to give you some BYU Sports Nation karma, because we all remember what happened last time we gave you the BYU Sports Nation karma.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. Gonzaga in Spokane. Nate, you're the man. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nate.